on really quick and show you the Flawless Floor application because I have a couple girls that are wondering. So I already put on my primer. That's the first thing that you're going to do. It's backwards. It's the first thing you're going to do with your Flawless Floor application. Use a pea size amount or smaller. I tend to have oily skin, so I like to put on even less, and then I just dab it all over my skin like this. I let it dry, I brush my teeth, dry my ears, all that kind of stuff, in order to give myself some time to let this dry. So that's the first step in the Flawless Floor. Your second step is our Liquid Touch Foundation. This is a liquid to powder foundation, okay? And because our products are mineral based, you need to get all the product out of the little dropper that's in here. There's a little dropper. So what I like to do is I like to squeeze the top and I like to shake it really good. Since they're mineral based, they are gonna separate. So make sure you shake it really good. Then you're gonna take your Liquid Touch Foundation brush, and I like to put about 4 drops on the outside rim. And it's very buildable. So as you can see, I have very uneven skin tone. Some melasma. So with these 4 drops, I like to then place it all over. Sometimes I add 5 depending on what, but still 4 drops, that's nothing. So place my drops all over my face like this. And then with this brush, because it is a more dense brush, it's gonna help buff out this foundation. You can't really, hey Melanie, I wouldn't really use a blending bud or like a flat foundation brush because it is a liquid to powder foundation. This sort of dense brush really helps in buffing it out. Any other method, you won't get the desired look and effect that this is supposed to be giving to you. So then I just buff it out. This foundation is a medium coverage foundation. With the concealer, it takes it more to a fuller coverage foundation. So I might add 1 more drop just because for some reason, here, let me step back. So you're just gonna do small circular motions, buffing out the foundation. Just like that. I'm gonna do 1 more drop on my cheeks. I'm gonna put 1 more drop. And again, it's buildable, it's very light. I did 3 drops just to be safe. It's a very light coverage foundation. A lot of my clients and friends always tell me, this might be too much. Always tell me that they don't expect this to feel as light as it does. That is the beauty of this foundation. Okay, so I might have put on too much. I prefer a really light coverage because I like to go back through with my concealer and use that. And I don't like to feel too cakey. And although this doesn't feel cakey at all, I still don't like to use a lot of product. I think I'm frugal that way. So as you can see, it's covered up a lot of that. Hey, bud. Okay, just make sure it's all blended in, just like so. Can you shut the door, bud? Okay. So the next thing in the Flawless Floor, so you get your primer, your Liquid Touch, your brush, and you get a concealer. So I like to use the same color to cover up, like if I have a pimple or, yeah, lots of pimples usually. So you would use the same shade to cover up, and I like to go 1 to 2 shades lighter, which is Scarlet for me, to highlight. And I'm going to show you how I do that. How, he says. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I like to highlight under my eyes and my Cupid's bow. I like to rub it in with my hand here just to warm it up so it's a little bit more pliable. And then I like to put it under my eyes. Make sure you're putting a downward V, because if you're just doing straight across, you're actually highlighting your bags, and you don't want to do that. I actually like to draw it up and out like this as well, because it sort of gives my face an instant facelift look, okay? Because people, when you look at somebody, your eyes are drawn to the lighter parts of their face. So this is gonna make this part of my face look a lot lighter, younger, hopefully. And it's gonna draw people's eye. So then I'm gonna just do a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my Cupid's bow. You wanna highlight, excuse me, you wanna highlight these parts of your face so that people's eye are drawn to those parts. I would contour in these parts so I didn't look so chubby, I guess. So I'm just gonna take a damp blending bud and just pat this in, just like so. I'm not moving the product, I'm just simply pressing it in. Hey, Megan. Press, 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 press. As you can see, I have a ton of this product. This concealer will last you forever. It has lasted me a very long time because you don't need a lot of it to be effective. Okay, just like that.